Hey everybody, and welcome to Acrylic Painting Basics, Getting Supplies. We're going to cover the basic setup you need to just start painting acrylics today. Let's get to it. Hey everyone, my name is Rob with Caliente Art Studios. I'm one of the artists on this channel. So first and foremost, beginning acrylic painting, getting supplies. What do you do? Where do you go? Who do you see? Well, hopefully you see us, and hopefully you go to an art store. Now I know, going to an art store can be a little bit intimidating the first time. I know for me, I was actually scared. I thought I was gonna get thrown out and have somebody say, "You're not a real artist, go away." Thankfully that didn't happen, and I actually met a couple of really cool people on that first trip. Going to an art store is nothing to be scared of. We're gonna walk you through some basic supplies you need. With that, first things first, you need the color wheel. Why? It helps you mix paint. It's an easy reference point for mixing paints as well as complementary colors. Next up, you need something to paint on. Canvas. I recommend starting out small. Start with either 8x10 stretched, 8x10 canvas board. The choice is really up to you on where you want to start. But me, personally, I started with this. It's a canvas pad. All it is loose canvas sheets and a nice little pad that you can rip off, tape to a table, and start painting on. I still use these to this day. Why? Because it's fun. It's great for practice and doodling and just having a good time and trying out something new. Next up, brushes. Yes, we kind of need some brushes to paint acrylics, or we can use our fingers. Fingers get messy really quick though. Personally, start with a nice decent sized flat. This is a 3/4 inch flat brush. You're going to need a mid-sized flat brush. This is a 1/2 inch flat. My go-to brush for everything is my chisel tip. Optionally, now, you can go with a oval and either a small round or a script liner. Additionally to that, while you're on that aisle, make sure you pick up a palette knife. Palette knives are great for mixing paint, picking hair out of your paint that comes off of your head or your paintbrush, and just in general scraping things off. Further on down that aisle, hopefully you're going to find something like this. Brush cleaner. Take care of your brushes and they're going to take care of you, and they'll last a really, really long time. Speaking of brushes, do I get synthetic or do I get real hair? The choice is up to you. Me, personally, I've found that synthetic brushes tend to last longer, hairs don't fall out as easily, and they're a lot more easily cleaned. After the brush cleaner, especially important if you live in the desert like I do, you need some type of a little mister bottle. This is just to help keep your paint moist as you're painting so it doesn't dry out on your palette. Cool yourself off. Wow, that went in my eye. And just help move the paint around. So now, naturally, paints. What kind of paints should you get? Well, we're talking acrylics, so our choices are going to be fluid, soft body, hard body. Fluids are mainly used for paint pours and spin art. Since we're talking more traditional acrylic painting, we're going to be looking at soft bodies or hard bodies. The choice is really up to you. Hard bodies are going to leave a little bit more brush marks. They're a little bit more difficult to move around, but they're a lot closer to oils. So if you're interested in going into oil painting at some point, I'd recommend going with a hard body. Soft bodies, a lot more easy to move around, they're more forgiving, and they don't leave brush marks. Well, okay, they leave brush marks, but it's a lot easier to smooth them out. My go-to line is Golden Open, just because I live in the desert. Golden Open line has a little bit more moisture in them. They tend to last longer. And then by wetting them down with some water, I can keep them fresh and moist and going for a few hours on end. So those are all the basics. Now, optionally, easel. An easel is totally optional. You can put your stuff on a table and just paint there, or you can use an easel and paint on an easel. Me personally, I go back and forth. It just kind of depends on my mood and what I feel like. Palette. You notice I didn't mention one. Why? Because palettes are optional. You can get a palette, you can get palette paper, or go raid the drawer and pull out some aluminum foil. Just whatever you do, I do not recommend paper plates. They suck that moisture right out of the paint and dry them up. And that's about it. So, question of the day, what did I miss? Were there any key supplies I should add to this list? Let me know in the comments. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button below, and I'm going to leave a bunch of stuff down below in the description of things to look at. But the best thing you can do is go to an art store and touch and feel. Feel the brushes. See what feels good in your hand and look at the paints. Again, acrylic. Hard body, soft body, your choice, you can go either way. The most important thing though is to actually get the supplies and start painting. Go out and paint something and have a great day.